Story, this one from AITAH is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Calling My Sister a Lazy Leech After She Demanded That I Babysit Her Kids Every Single Weekend? So here's the deal. I, 28 female, have a full-time job that requires me to work long hours, plus I have my own life and social commitments. My sister, 30 female, has 3 kids, ages 6, 4, and 2, who are adorable, but let's be real, a handful. Ever since she had the 3rd kid, she's concluded that I should step up and be her personal babysitter every weekend so she can have a break and go out with her friends. Now, I love my niece and nephews, but I shouldn't have to sacrifice my entire weekend just because she can't manage her own parenting responsibilities. Last week, after yet another weekend spent babysitting while she was out partying, I finally snapped. Hold up. Why did you do it? OP? You doing it is enabling this behavior. Why? This is not how this story is supposed to go. The story is supposed to go, yeah, she keeps bugging me about it. But no, you said last week, after yet another weekend spent babysitting while she was out partying, caved? I told her that I felt like she was a lazy leech for relying on me to do her parenting for her and that she needs to find a proper solution rather than just dumping her kids on me. She flipped out and called me selfish and said that I clearly don't care about family. Oh. She's going with that one. I told her she was being entitled and that I have a right to my own time too. Now she's gone and told the whole family that I'm the jerk and everyone keeps texting me saying I should help her out more. Am I the astronaut for wanting to have my own life instead of playing second mom to her kids every weekend? Edit, dad is a deadbeat alcoholic, so he's not a viable option for the kids. There is an update, but before we get into that, so I have several problems with this. None of it is surprising at all, but the fact that you went ahead and did it instead of standing up for yourself and said, no, this is bullshit. Hire a babysitter. That's what she's wanting. She's wanting a babysitter. But also, how is she out all weekend? It's not like she goes out one Friday night from 7 to midnight. She's out all weekend? That's problematic too. But she cannot expect you to sacrifice your social life so that she can have hers. That's not how this works. There are these things called babysitters, and you can pay them to watch your kid. If she wants to go that route, sure. I know the other family members are not willing to do what you're doing because they said that you're the jerk and you should help her out more. You have to understand that they said that because they don't want to have to do it. If not one of these was willing to step up and take a shift for you, they don't believe the words that they're telling you. They're just covering their own ass, making sure this problem doesn't roll to their doorstep. And it is no deeper than that. It ain't that deep. But you did it in the first place. And that's why we're here right now. That's why we're having this discussion, because you've enabled this behavior by allowing it to happen once. Let's dive into the update. So apparently my sister went full drama queen and has turned our family into a soap opera over this. I guess being called out for her entitlement really struck a nerve. Not only did she tell my parents that I'm a horrible aunt, but now she's trying to get my extended family involved. She's texting cousins and relatives, playing the victim card like it's a championship sport, and saying that I am abandoning my responsibilities. Well, the projection is strong tonight. But here's the kicker. She somehow managed to scrape together the cash to hire a babysitter for one night last weekend. Apparently, she's capable of arranging childcare when it's something she wants to do, like going out partying with her friends. Yet I'm still the bad guy for wanting to live my own life. Honestly, I can't even with this double standard. So now instead of standing up for myself, I have to defend my right to enjoy my weekends without being guilt-tripped by the family. They seem to think that I'm just supposed to fall in line and prioritize her lifestyle over my own. Yeah, because they don't want to have to. See this? Just to clarify, I completely support a parent's need for a break. I've offered to babysit occasionally. But when it comes to a required duty every weekend, nah. I told my sister she needs to find a real solution instead of relying on me as her free childcare service. So are the family members still texting to me about how I should help her out more. Understand this. I have a life too, and I'm not about to sacrifice it because she feels entitled to mine. Still, OP, throughout this whole damn thing, you're never once like, hey, Aunt Judy, are you going to jump in and help watch the kids? If not, shut the up. Still, you're letting yourself get roped into actually doing it. Is because you guys live together and she just walks out the door? Then you're like, well, I guess I'm staying with the kids, because I see that happening. I feel like you guys probably live together, and that's why she's so comfortable just being like, all right, it's your shift now. She's turned you into like a totem partner. She's given you the responsibilities of the other parent and has just accepted in her mind that this is how this works. You guys live together. They're your kids too. You got to take care of your kids too. I'm not going to do it all. She's playing house with you and giving you responsibilities that you didn't agree to. But the problem is you agreed to them by allowing yourself to be given them. You did it. You're like, oh, okay. And she's like, oh, cool, bet. Here's more responsibilities. And now you're fed up. And that's, of course, she's got a great deal right now. She's got a free sitter. Of course, she's going to fight this. I don't know, how much does a sitter cost for 5 hours for a Friday night? So, chat, what's like your most recent rates for a sitter? What are they? Is it like $20 an hour? Is that what it is? 15, 12? I don't know. $100 for a night, 150 for a night. Okay. So 60, okay, let's say it's $100. The amount of time this lady likes to be out, let's say safely $100 for a night. Yeah. If she's out both nights for the weekend, that's $200. She's willing to fight for it because it's an $800 per month problem. Of course she's willing to fight for it. Of course she's willing to spread disinformation and pit the army against you and ask them. They wouldn't have text you without her asking them, like, could you please just like message her and let her know that she should be doing this? She created a peer pressure army to prevent herself from having to pay $800 a month, which is what she would have to do if she kept doing this without abusing you. Yeah, she's got a sweet deal, of course. And of course, everybody else is like, you need to step up more because they don't want to have to step up at all. I want to tell you to move out. I want to tell you to not live with her because that breaks the ease of this situation starting and repeating. See what part? They don't. Candy Thunder's like, I didn't see that part. It doesn't say it. That's the vibe I got. I got the vibe that they live together because how else would you be so easily roped into watching somebody kids unless they were just like, okay, I'm leaving, bye. I get that vibe. And if you're letting yourself get steamrolled like this, you have to remove the things that make it easy for you to get steamrolled. Don't live with her if you do. If you don't go over there on the nights where you know she's going to try to rope you into bullshit. If you know she's calling because she's going to ask you to watch the kids or tell you it's your night to watch the kids because asking doesn't seem like her style, don't pick up. If she messages you and asks that question, ignore it. You have to remove the things that make it easy for you to be taken advantage of. Okay, so this is OP's response. Okay, OP is responding to a comment here saying, I'm not receiving any payment from her. It's difficult to reach her while she's away, probably because she's drunk or worse. She leaves the kids in front of my door and drives off, knowing that I'm unable to say no. If she waited for me to open the door for them, I would be able to say no. Okay, so they don't live together. She's dumping them on her doorstep and leaving. Don't be home and make sure it's really apparent that you're not home. Or like Candy Thunder said, call the police. This is a CPS problem. That's child abandonment. If you didn't agree to watch them and she dumps them at your door, she's abandoning them. Call the police and file a report. She'll never do it again. That's a boundary. That's a consequence to doing something that you said you would not do. You have to create boundaries here. And you have to understand that the whole army of people messaging you is just fodder. It's noise. It's noise to distract you from the real problem. And it is intentional. So sad for it is absolutely sad for these kids. Another situation where kids who have parents that want nothing more than to be rid of them. Like that's the life they're in. And now they're going to end up like, this is what they're learning. They're learning right now that this is what parenting is. This is what a mom's supposed to be. This is what family is supposed to be. This is what they're learning.